It's very hard for us to stay in the moment for a long time. No matter how much we meditate, it's pretty hard to do that.
So why do we look back with such rose-colored glasses on the ones that got away? Is there anything we can do to have a more realistic outlook on our exes so that we're not stuck in the fantasy of who they were?
That's a great question. One of the things that people ask me about sometimes when they come in is, how long is it going to take me to get over this person? I just had a horrible breakup. And one of the things I've noticed is it has something to do with how much you're holding on to the fantasy of what you wished could be or what you thought could be, rather than actually what happened. And it's totally natural to do that because it hurts to have a breakup. And I think it's a place we all go to sort of soothe ourselves, to the highlight reel, if you will, of all the good times. But what I find it slows us down in terms of moving forward because we keep getting stuck in something that isn't real. And that causes anxiety. That causes sort of a sense of, I don't know what's wrong. I can't get over because I keep wanting that. The more we spin it in our mind, the more we want that. And of course, if it's not reality, we can't have it.
Right.
So it's really it's tough.
It's very hard for us to stay in the moment for a long time. No matter how much we meditate, it's pretty hard to do that. So we either go to the future or we go to the past. And we're pretty much also a future-oriented species. I think we probably may be the only ones who are live in the future. And I think that when we go to the future and create this another fantasy for the future, because it doesn't exist, so we create a fantasy and then we go back because the only one we had, the last reference of maybe even our honeymoon stage, not the breakup stage, but the honeymoon stage resembles a bit of what we want in the future. So it's like that's our last reference, and then we keep going back to that. Just knowing that I'm using it as a symbol. So many times with clients, I look at it as, take the face of the person and the name of the person off of this. And let's look at the virtues and the values and the emotions that you really wanted from that new experience. And let's take that to another faceless future.
Something that I hear a lot when they kind of go back to the past and talk about that one that got away, usually they really see themselves back in their relationships and they notice that they were holding back. They were not fully engaged and fully present in those relationships. And then after a while, they kind of look back and they might be living like a difficult moment in their lives. And they kind of look back and notice like, I wasn't there. I wasn't fully there. And I missed that opportunity. So when I come in and talk about these fantasies, I say, let's hang in there for a little bit, because I think there's a lot of things that are important for you to notice. And what they find out is that I was holding back. I was not allowing myself to kind of really put both feet in and be engaged in this relationship.
So can I ask the group a question? Would it be of any value to make up a different fantasy? The one that shuts the door. I mean, we do have this brain that can fantasize too much. There was this one man years ago who, every time I looked at him, I was over the moon. But he was in business, and there was no way I was ever going to come near him, ever. And there was no way. And I fantasized that he also felt the same way. But the bottom line is, I began to say, okay, Helen, enjoy this by yourself. Just go lie down and enjoy the feeling of this intensity by yourself. I mean, just learn to enjoy it by yourself and then move on. But I wasn't deep into it.
We do that with celebrities, don't we?
Yeah. What's yours?
So sounds like it's totally normal to have a fantasy about the one that got away that is a little bit made up in your head. And if you're out there watching and having that struggle yourself, you need to find a way to close that narrative, get an ending to that story so that you can move on and get a reality check from someone in your life that you can really trust.